directly leading to 2 Oakland A's runs. The other run was added by the home run off the bat of Josh Reddick as the A's cruise to a 3-0 win. The A's kept it rolling last night as the Indians were shut out for the 7th time this season. Tonight, a couple of rookies square off as Zach McAllister looks for his 6th win against left-hander Tommy Malone. Next on Sports Time Ohio. From Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, it's Indians baseball. Tonight, the Tribe continues their 4-game series against the Oakland Athletics. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. It doesn't help that this Indians offense is facing one of the top pitching staffs in the American League right now. And this is an Indians offense that has gone 8 straight games scoring 3 runs or less. And it's an A's pitching staff that's on pace to have their best ERA since they last won the pennant in 1990.
Well, they ran into a guy last night coming off Tommy John surgery who was outstanding. It was only his 2nd start of the year, and Brett Anderson went out and he dazzled. He only allowed 2 hits in the ball game and pitched very well. But when you look at the staff overall, they're rated 2nd in the league. In their last 9 games, they're 6-2. You look at the innings pitched, and they don't allow many home runs. But the one thing, they don't beat themselves. They went 23 straight games where they walked 2 or less hitters. So you're going to have to hit your way on and hit them to beat them.
Zach McAllister has been a very pleasant surprise for the Indians this year, and he takes the hill tonight as we take a look at our Nissan Road Ahead pitching matchup.
He's going to be matched up against Tommy Malone, who made his start against the Indians last week, his first ever start. It was a no decision in that ball game. He was on 12 days rest, but he did give up a grand slam in that ball game. The only runs he allowed. He went 5 innings.
Get to a Nissan dealer for special offers on innovation that excites.
Zach McAllister on the other side of the hill, and Zach is going to be coming off a very good start against Seattle. He gave up a solo home run to Michael Saunders in the 1st inning and then settled in. He left that ball game with a no decision. That's the only run he allowed. He's been throwing the ball very well. He needs a little bit of run support, a little love from that offense, and I see the Indians getting a win tonight because he's been throwing the ball very well.
You talk about the grand slam that Malone gave up to Shelley Duncan. That's the most runs he's given up to any American League Central Division team this year. He's 5-1 with a 1.84 ERA against the Central. We're back with the play-by-play as the Tribe battles the A's right here on Sports Time Ohio. Tuesday Night Baseball on Sports Time Ohio is brought to you by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. And the Indians have taken the field behind Zach McAllister, who will make the start tonight for the Tribe. Trying to slow down the Oakland A's, who have won 3 straight, 9 of their last 11. Let's take a look at Bob Melvin's starting lineup for the A's here tonight, brought to you by Kia. Stephen Drew moves into the leadoff spot tonight, followed by Josh Reddick. Then Yoenis Cespedes hits third. Seth Smith batting cleanup, then Chris Carter. Brandon Moss gets the start in left field tonight, hitting 6th. Then Josh Donaldson, Derek Norris, and Adam Rosales.
24-year-old right-hander Zach McAllister on the mound. Brought to you by MLB.com at Bat12. Visit Indians.com for details. Making his 16th start, a record of 5-4, an ERA of .350, 79 strikeouts in his 90 innings. He's coming off a start against Seattle where he pitched very well. The start before that was against the Oakland A's. He had a no decision. He went 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. He left that ball game tied. They gave him a 4-0 lead, and he gave it back. So
this was the matchup. Yeah.
This was the matchup against Tommy Milone, absolutely. So we'll see what Zach has in store tonight. And let's check out the defense behind him tonight. It looks like this. It'll be Duncan in left, Brantley in center, Chu is in right. Donald is at third, Lillibridge at short, Kipnis at second, Kochman at first, Santana behind the plate.
Jerry Meals calling the balls and strikes tonight. The crew chief Gary Darling at first, Paul Emmel at second, Scott Berry down at third. Now the key for Zach McAllister is get off to a good start. The Indians have had a tough time all season long in the first inning. They have given up 97 first-inning runs on the year. Only Boston and Minnesota have given up more first-inning runs. So, as we know, the formula for this team is get the lead, play from in front. And it'll be up to McAllister to try to put up some zeros here early. Stephen Drew takes a strike and we're underway. 75 degrees, our game time temperature. Beautiful clear skies in downtown Cleveland. And just a very light breeze blowing in from left field. Drew takes another strike, 1-2 the count. Bounce that in front of the plate. Evens the count of 2-2. One thing that McAllister has done a lot of is pound the strike zone. And he throws it right by Drew to get his first strikeout. Good fastball up in the strike zone.
Well, that's strikeout number 80, and we have seen this year he has enough on that four-seamer. He gets a lot of strikeouts on that pitch. The high fastball, he's able to get it past hitters. And there's nothing wrong, as big as he is, and he can tilt. If he can leverage that breaking ball down and get that changeup down in the zone, that fastball, he can throw by a lot of hitters.
Here's Josh Reddick, a swing and a miss at that same fastball. Reddick 2 for 4 last night with a solo home run.
That home run came on an 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball off Hernandez. Gave him a 2-0 lead.
Hernandez left last night's start in the third inning with a sprained ankle, but checked out okay, and they don't think he'll have to miss a start. Missed inside as Reddick almost chased after it. Now the wind in the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And again, that good fastball by McAllister exploding by the hitter. And it's 2-2. Another one, and I mean, he just threw it right by Reddick. 2 down.
Yeah, prove you can catch up to it first, and they couldn't. He's going back talking to himself, and first 2 up are going down on fastballs. There's no tricks there.
Now Yoenis Cespedes, who had quite an event in his first at bat last night. What, 14 pitches?
Boy, yeah, it was a terrific at bat. I mean, he fouled about 3 off his body.
He ended up winning that at bat, hitting a double off the wall and left.
And he looks at one of those good fastballs.
There's the one that he went to the ground on off his foot and then smoked that ball off the wall.
Fouls this one right back. It's 0-2. So McAllister, true to form, he has come out throwing a lot of strikes here early, and he's going all fastballs. And that's what you want to do as a starter. You want to establish that fastball, and he's done a pretty good job here at the outset doing just that. Stat of the game brought to you by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. They've used 18 rookies. Most in the big leagues have the Oakland A's. And they've gotten some very good production. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Bob Melvin has this club 70 wins, 57 losses. 5.5 out in the AL West behind front-running Texas, but tied with Baltimore. In that wild card chase, they've got the top 2 marks. Cespedes strikes out. And how do you like that? McAllister strikes out the side to start the game. Zach attack strong at the outset. Indians coming to back. Maniac, the starting lineup brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Jason Kipnis has Drupal Cabrera back in the lineup tonight, DHing, and then Shin-Soo Choo. Carlos Santana, Michael Brantley, and Shelley Duncan. Then Brent Lillibridge, Casey Kochman, and Jason Donald.
Tommy Malone making the start. He snapped his 3-game losing streak in his last start against the Twins, where he got the win, went 8 innings, gave up 2 hits and 1 run. And you said he pitches very good against the Central Division, 5-1 on the year. Away from Oakland, a little different story. He's 4-6 with a 5.77 compared to 6-3 and a 2.34 at home.
Kipnis with a liner foul up the first base side. Jason 0 for 3 with a walk last night. And this one's yanked into the gap, right center field. Reddick tried to cut it off, but it bounced over his head. Backed up by Cespedes. Kipnis into second base to start the game. I don't know if that took a weird hop on him or what. But Reddick was there. And they're going to rule that a single and an error on Reddick.
Well, that ball had something on it. He was very aggressive, hit a line drive. He was trying to cut it off in the alley. Let's see on the hop what it actually did do. He's going over there, and he just really didn't come up with it. Goes off the glove. That ball had skipped on him. Just didn't catch it. I don't think even if he does, he has a good arm, and he has 13 assists as an outfielder. He would have been able to throw Kipnis out. I don't know. That's a tough call.
As Dribble Cabrera now looks at a ball in the dirt. Norris jumps on it quickly. Kipnis holding at second base.
Well, let's see if they can take advantage of this man on second base, the leadoff man. They haven't been able to their last 3 times on the homestand with a leadoff double.
And one of those times it was Cabrera at the plate who popped up in that at bat. As Dribble got a day off yesterday, trying to recharge the batteries. Just 3 hits in his last 31 at bats. Cabrera's hit .297 against left-handed pitching on the year.
Well, this is something that the Indians on the homestand, 2 for 28 with runners in scoring position.
And a ground ball to short. That won't get the job done. Cabrera thrown out by Drew, 1 away.
Take a look at the Home Depot A's defense behind Malone tonight. Moss is in left, Cespedes in center, Reddick is in right, Donaldson at third, Drew at short, Rosales at second, Carter is at first with Norris behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Here is Shin-Soo Choo, 0 for 4 last night. And Choo mired in an 0 for 13 slide. It's stopped by Norris. Ball 1 to Choo. The 1-0. Out of play. Our league leaders, courtesy of your Cleveland Akron area Lexus dealers. Tommy Malone, 10 victories.
Chen, the left-hander, Malone, Diamond, and more. 4 lefties out of the top 5, huh?
And it's a little bit low, 2-1. Well, that's the interesting thing about Oakland. They come in second in the American League in earned run average. But when you look at their starters, Malone has the best individual ERA as a starter. And he ranks 17th among AL starting pitchers in ERA. But collectively, they've all done a very good job. Just nobody has had a spectacular year.
Well, you know, they don't walk anybody, so they don't really. There's 23 games in a row where they've given up 2 or less walks. The starters I'm talking about. So they're going to try and make you hit your way on. It's a young staff. He's a rookie, so you know he's learning. And he lost 3 in a row. The second half he's going to struggle a little bit. It's a long season.
Well, there's a walk here in the first inning to Choo, and the Indians have 2 on with 1 out now for Carlos Santana.
You know, you look at his breakdown between left-handed and right-handed hitters, it's about the same. Lefties are hitting 1 point higher. They're hitting 258, righties 257. He's not an overpowering guy. He wants you to hit your changeup. His changeup, he'll move it in. He's got the breaking ball as well, but, you know, moves it in and out and keeps you off balance. The art of pitching.
Santana last night was 0 for 2, but he also drew 2 walks. Got a chance to do some first inning damage. Carlos, on the year, has batted .238 with runners in scoring position. And he takes ball one down low. Popped back out of play. 1-1 to count. The 1-1 takes a strike. Santana has hit .270 since July 1st. With 2 on and 1 out here in the first, Santana awaits the 1-2 pitch, and he grounds it foul.
That's the pitch he wants you to hit right there. Change up. Right-handers, you want to force him to try and get the ball in on you. Look for that change up away. Take him the other way. Force him to try and throw fastballs in.
And he strikes out. 2 down.
It was a changeup. He stayed away, and this wasn't even a strike. So he helps him out there. That's a pitch there where you must take the other way. First of all, it's a ball. You take it. But he was fooled by it. Goes down swinging. So Michael Brantley now with an opportunity.
Brantley with 2 on and 2 out. He's hit .283 against left-handed pitching. And Malone drops the breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 1. Malone's 0-1. Line to left. And Brandon Moss will make the catch. The Indians strand a pair here in the first. No score after 1. Is brought to you by McDonald's Cherry Berry Chiller. Cherry and raspberry flavors blended with ice and 100% fruit juice. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Second inning, and Seth Smith leading off, looks at a ball down low. Smith was 1 for 3 with a run batted in last night. Swung on and missed. And it's 2-1. Right back. Smith came off the DL a week ago today and lines it just over the outstretched reach of Brent Lillibridge for the game's first hit for Oakland. And they have their leadoff man aboard here in the second.
Well, he got inside on him. It's just that he got enough of it. I mean, if Lillibridge was 2 inches taller, he might have had it. It's a good fastball. It was down, though. He was able to get the bat to the ball. Lillibridge timed it, just wasn't tall enough. Good effort.
Now Chris Carter 1 for 4 with an RBI last night. And Carter takes a strike. Carter 11 homers, 27 driven in on the year. And looks at a ball down low. He's only banged into 2 double plays. Hits that foul third base side. And McAllister jumps ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Last night, Carter got a base hit on a 3-0 count and drove in their third run. That was off Chris Seddon. On a 3-0 count, they went inside on him. That was the first time this year he swung at a 3-0 pitch. He had 5 opportunities. He was actually nervous because they weren't allowed to swing at 3-0 last year.
Back out of play.
You know, as a hitter, you've got to, when your manager gives you the green light on a 3-0 count, you've got to be selective, be smart, and look for the pitch that you can drive out of the ballpark. And if you don't get it, you take it. But if you do get it, you put a good swing on it and a healthy cut. Earns you the right to swing some more when you do some damage with it, too.
Well, I was going to say, you earn the right to get the green light by being a certain type of hitter. I mean, the manager's not just going to give everybody a green light, right?
No, not at all. A lot of times, you don't. When you're swinging the bat good, you're in a spot. You've got a 2-run lead. You've got second, third. First baseman was open. So I expected they'd go with a fastball away or something. They came fastball in, and he smoked it into left field.
Full count.
But now that'll give him, after getting a base hit 3-0, maybe a little more confidence the next time the situation arises.
Yeah.
And that's what young hitters have to go through. The situations, every at-bat is something different.
Smith holds on the 3-2 pitch, and it's lined to the gap in right center. Brantley trying to cut it off. He will. But Smith goes all the way to third, and the A's have runners at the corners with nobody out.
Pretty good job of hitting right there by Carter, going the other way with it. He's a big guy, and he is strong. Let's see where the pitch. They want it away. It leaks back out into the middle of the plate. So he put an inside-out swing to it. Stayed inside the ball. Hits it to right center field. Sends Smith over to third base. Now Oakland comes back with runners at first and third and nobody out.
And Brandon Moss will be the batter. Moss did not play last night. And he went too far. It's a strike. Moss has hit in 6 straight games, going 7 for 23. Cuts and misses, 0-2 the count. Just a little bit off the plate.
You don't give in. He's trying to get him to swing at his pitch, and that's a good 0-2 pitch. Tails just off the outside corner.
And the 1-2 is hit in the air to left, shallow. Duncan coming hard, can't get there. It bounces, and coming home to score is Smith. And the A's take a 1-0 lead on 3 straight singles to open the second inning. Well, Moss was hitting .391 with runners in scoring position and less than 2 out coming into that at bat. He didn't hit it hard, didn't get a lot of it, but he muscles it in there.
Yeah, he just hits it in the right spot. It got down on the trademark, and Duncan coming in gives it all he's got. He just can't get there in time. So the run will score. Oakland will take the 1-0 lead. So it's 3 consecutive singles. 2 of them, not bad pitches. The leadoff hit by Smith, just out of the reach of Lillibridge, and that one right there falls in front of Duncan.
Now Josh Donaldson. And he takes a strike. Donaldson 0 for his last 8. And he takes, it's 1-1. Sky high pop, shallow right field. Chu makes the catch and the runners hold. Time now for the trivia question tonight, brought to you by AT&T. Since 1990, 4 A's players have been named Rookie of the Year. Four A's Rookie of the Year award winners since 1990. Derek Norris, the A's catcher, 0 for 3 last night with a walk. McAllister misses outside, ball 1. Caught the corner with it, 1-1. Missed outside. 2-1. Norris has hit into 6 double plays. This is his 40th game of the year. Right back. McAllister struck out the side in the first, and then 3 singles to open the second consecutively. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He strikes him out. 2 down. 4th K for McAllister. Injury report tonight brought to you by Elk & Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. David Ortiz back to the DL. That Achilles strain that he had problems with earlier this year has popped up again.
Yeah, you got to be careful there. What did he play? 1 or 2 games and right back to it.
I think 1, huh?
One game, yeah.
Two on, 2 out. Adam Rosales, a .217 hitter on the year. This is just his 26th game. Hits it between third and short. They can't get it. Coming around third. Carter will try to score. Duncan's throw not in time, and it's 2-0 Oakland as Rosales comes up with the 2-out RBI single. Perfectly placed between third and short. Donald gave it a good diving effort, but couldn't get to it.
I'll tell you what, you get a spot start and you come up, and there was a breaking ball, maybe up a little bit, but he gets enough of it to get it through. And with 2 outs, that's something the A's do well. They get timely hits. This one gets into left field, not before another run can score. So a 2-out single by Rosales gives the A's a 2-0 lead.
4th hit of the inning, and out comes Ruben Nieblo, the pitching coach.
There's not much. He hasn't done anything wrong. They just been out of reach. He's made some good pitches. That ball there, ground ball, perfectly placed. You had the ball hit in front of Duncan. You had the one over Lillibridge's head. There's not much McAllister could do there. Had a chance to get out of the inning, giving up just 1, but could not do it.
Top of the order, Stephen Drew struck out his first time up. And he takes that high fastball. Now it's down low, 2-0. Pop back out of play.
One thing we'll keep an eye on for McAllister, the first time through the lineup, teams are hitting 198 against him. The second time through, 287. But tonight, it's a little different tale. They have 4 hits out of their 9 at-bats. And he has 4 punch-outs.
This is 30th pitch of the inning. And it's up high, 3-1. And Stephen Drew in a good spot here with a 3-1 count. Right back over the screen. He had his pitch to hit right there. Runners go. It's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. So this long inning just got longer for Zach McAllister as the 8th man to bat will be Josh Reddick. Reddick struck out his first time up.
Yeah, I looked at it. The first inning, Matt, he was throwing about 94. That fastball, he struck out the side. He was bringing it. But now this inning is down to about 90-91. Now, I don't know if that is coming out of the stretch or what, but he's going back to the full windup, which
Popped
I
him
like.
Up. Should get him out of the inning. Kochman and Kipnis converge. Kipnis calls for it. The A's leave him loaded, but they strike for a pair. 2-0 Oakland. Bottom of the second inning. Shelley Duncan, Brent Lillibridge, and Casey Kochman due up for the Indians. Navy Week continues here at the ballpark.
They're loving the ballpark food. Look at them. Get after it.
Tommy Malone working with the lead now. Misses down low, ball one to Shelley Duncan, who was 0 for 3 last night.
Yeah, well, when Malone gets some run support, he's very tough. He's received 2 runs or fewer in 13 of his 24 starts, and he's 4-7. But when he gets 3, he gets tough. 3 or more, he's 6-2. So you want to keep it right here, especially the way the Indians have been scoring.
And let's go downstairs and see what Katie Witham has for us tonight.
Hey, Matt. Well, it's just about that time to start renewing your season tickets for 2013. And while you're doing that, make sure to take advantage of the new options package. It gives you tribe rewards. You can use them however you want. Come to the ball game, throw out that first pitch, or come with me to a pregame press conference. You can get more information by calling 216-420-HITS. Matt?
Rick and I want to go to the
I'll
press
tell you
conference
what,
with
I'm buying my tickets in a little bit. I want to go with you, Katie.
Brent Lillibridge, 1 for 3 with a double last night. Fastball at the belt for a strike. Missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 as he goes outside again and misses. Hit pretty well, deep left center. On the run is Cespedes on the track and makes the catch. 2 down. Almost the same spot where he hit that double last night, but just enough air under it this time for Cespedes to get back and grab it.
And that was his best pitch, so at least he stayed back on it enough to hit it hard, the changeup. More right-handed hitters are going to have to do that, to stay back on it and shoot him the other way.
Here is Casey Kochman. Did not play last night, 0 for his last 7. And a strike at the knees on the outside corner. Breaking ball fouled back. And the count 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Able to check. Malone ready with a 1-2. And it's up and away. Baltimore out to a 3-0 lead over the White Sox.
How about Baltimore? They continue to roll, don't they? 70 wins. That's the first time they've had 70 wins since 2006.
Right back up the middle, and it gets through. So Casey Kochman delivers a 2-out single here in the second inning to keep the inning alive.
Well, this pitch he just waited on long enough. Hit it in the right spot. Once it gets past Malone, he didn't have an offer at it. It gets into center field. So Kochman with a 2-out single. Second hit by the Tribe.
Donald showed bunt, takes it for a ball. You know what's amazing about that game last night? Baltimore gets their 70th win. They're only 3.5 out in the East. They're right there in the wild card hunt, right at the top with Oakland. Chicago leading the American League Central Division. They meet head-to-head in Baltimore. Less than 11,000 people showed up for that game.
No kidding. Boy, oh boy. You know, Baltimore was a good baseball town one time. I know they've gone a long time. What, 97 was their last winning season, but boy, that was a good town.
I mean, you would think that people are, hey, they're excited. You got a
11,
good team this year.
That
You're right there in the
surprises
hunt.
me. That surprises me. That wasn't raining and storms there, was it?
He checks. Did he go? He did not. You know what? I think they might have had a rain delay. Yeah, it might have been.
They might have had some issues with
Maybe
the weather. That's the only thing I could think of, because with that matchup, but you're right. Both two teams right there vying for playoff spots. You would think it'd be much better than that.
Right.
Kids aren't back in school yet. Well, yeah, they are, but it's still before Labor Day. There you go.
Donald's got himself into a good spot here, 3-1.
Now, when you get into this count, maintain that patience, man. Look for that one pitch. Make it. Sometimes you have to sit on a changeup if it's his best pitch. Sometimes you have to force him to throw the fastball by you, and you don't always have to swing at it. Let's see what he throws here. 3-1.
Well, with his fastball, and he painted it.
Okay, he did paint it. So you give it to him. You're still up there for another pitch. He went right at the knees. Sitting down there, he gave him the you didn't want to swing at it anyway. If that's a strike, you give him that one.
Kochman will be off at first. The 3-2 to Donald is fouled away to the right.
Okay, keep doing that with his fastball, and then you'll be ready for his changeup.
Kochman takes off. Donald swings and misses. Second strikeout for Malone. And after two, it's Oakland 2, Cleveland nothing. Later in the game for Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Yoenis Cespedes, Seth Smith, Chris Carter due up for the A's here in the third. Cespedes struck out his first time up. And he fouls that one off. 0-2.
You know, after watching this guy for a number of times, this guy, he gets up there. I don't think he thinks there's a pitch he can't hit. But he's patient enough. He gets up there and he's ready to hit every single pitch. And then he'll take it at the end. I don't care if it's a breaking ball, fastball. He won't sit in one count. He'll swing at anything. And he'll do it aggressively.
Yeah, he's not feeling for the ball.
No. He's very aggressive. And
fastball, he locked him up. Might have had him looking for the off-speed pitch there. 5th strikeout for McAllister.
He makes a perfect pitch on the outside corner. Santana sitting a little off the plate. It has a little comeback to it. That's a perfect pitch. Very good pitch there by Zach McAllister.
Here's Seth Smith. He started the trouble in the second inning with a leadoff single just over the head of Brent Lillibridge with that shift on. Drilled. That beats the shift every time. Down the line into the corner. Chu will dig it out, and Smith will stop at second with a 1-out double.
First extra base hit for the A's. Smith now 2 for 2. And that was the changeup that speeds up his bat, his 16th of the year. Let's see. That pitch is going to stay inside. That changeup, no, because, you know, he was geared for the fastball. He hit the fastball first pitch, but when you leave a changeup on the inner part of the plate, he's going to be a little bit out in front, and you can see he pulls it down the line, and he kept it fair.
Now Chris Carter. Base hit his first time up. One and one to count. That one failed right back off the mask of Santana, and that staggered him. Remember, Santana missed some time earlier this year with a mild concussion, and he was clobbered by a couple of foul balls. Manny Acta and Lonnie Soloff going to come out and check him out.
That got him on the
Got
shoulder.
him on the shoulder. I thought it got him on the
Yeah,
mask.
it was a late swing because it was inside, and it goes right off his shoulder. See that little pad that goes up, and that pad doesn't help a whole lot, I can tell you that.
I'm not sure it didn't get him
It's
on
like
the knee.
someone taking a ball-peen hammer and say, where do you want it? Right about here? Boom.
I'm not sure it didn't get him on the top of his right knee. Might have glanced straight down. He's flexing that knee a little bit.
Well, wherever it got him good.
Yeah, it sure did. Take another look.
Let's take a look. Oh, we got the square and everything.
Yeah, I think it got him on the inside there. More on the knee than it did the shoulder, but
wherever.
It didn't feel real good.
You know, we got to nickname him. He's got to have a new nickname, Target, because he never gets missed. Every game he's back there and it gets something, doesn't it?
Dartboard.
He's got that bullseye on him.
1-2 the count on Chris Carter with runner at second and one out here in the third. Oakland on top 2-0. Struck him out. That's that good fastball away.
That's what he tried to do to him the first time up, but he didn't. It leaked back over the plate when he got him.
2 down, and let's take a look at our minor league report brought to you by University Hospitals. Jordan Cooper was the Indians' minor league player of the week, 2-0 record. Did not allow an earned run, and he struck out 9 in his 2 starts. 9th round pick a couple of years ago out of Wichita State. Brandon Moss, an RBI single his first time up. He blooped one into left field. Swung on and missed. 2-0 fastball, but he kept it in real tight and tied him up with it. So it's 2-1. Went inside again, but missed off the plate. And now Moss in a good spot, 3-1. Now with a 7-game hitting streak. And a full count. Moss got called up on June 6th from AAA and started out with a bang, hit 11 homers in his first 27 games. He drives this one to deep center field. Back goes Brantley, away back and gone. A 2-out, 2-run homer for Brandon Moss, his 14th on the year.
Yeah, did you say homer?
4-0.
I'll tell you what, that's his 3rd RBI, and he smoked that ball.
Well, you can see why he's still in there, even though he's been struggling lately. He had all those homers early.
It's all about location. That one was down. He threw the 2-0 fastball inside. This one leaks back out a little bit over the plate, but it was down. And I'll tell you, he put a charge into it over the trees in center. So that gives Oakland a 4-0 lead. That was a big fly. Home run number 11 given up by McAllister.
Swung on and missed. I always love that. You see the players are smiling. They cut to Bob Melvin, just grim-faced.
Well, yeah, that's
the
2 more
manager
runs.
never relaxes.
Keep
he
going.
never smiles.
No, not at all. Come on, we got to keep going.
The 0-2. Outside.
He'll smile enough and say, hey, nice swinger, good
yeah.
hit. And then that's it. It's back to business.
McAllister with a 1-2. And a little foul ball over towards the Tribe dugout. Donaldson flied to right, his first and only time up in the 2nd inning. This will be the 70th pitch of the game already for McAllister. And a base hit to right field. That's 3 hits in the inning, so 7 hits in the game now for Oakland.
Well, it's been this part of the lineup that has been able to get him. Smith, Moss, Carter got him once. Now Donaldson gets a base hit, and had a terrific series against the Indians out in Oakland.
Remember, Oakland came in lowest batting average in the league, but they are teeing off against a guy who's really pitched well for the most part for the Indians.
Well, it's been all or nothing. He's got 6 strikeouts and he's given up 7 hits. And this is only in the 3rd inning. So it's all or nothing. You strike me out or I'm going to get you.
And now Derek Norris, who was a strikeout victim, as you see there, his first time up. And a strike call to the outside edge. Runner goes. Throw down, not in time. Donaldson has his 3rd steal. And he's in scoring position with 2 down now for Norris. The 1-1. And it's down low. The 2-1. High pop. Out goes Kipnis. And he makes the grab to end the inning. But Oakland strikes again with 2 outs. 2-out, 2-run blast makes it 4-zip A's. Well, it's a beautiful evening.
It is to this point.
Bottom of the 3rd, 4-0 Oakland. Top of the order coming up for the Tribe. Jason Kipnis as Drupal Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo. Kipnis started things off well enough for the Indians. He sent a liner to the gap in right center. It was a base hit. Reddick misplayed it. Kipnis went to second, but he was stranded there. Nothing and 2 the count on Kipnis now. Popped him up, shallow left, and Moss settles under it, 1 away.
Well, Rock and Blast Fireworks returns for an encore performance. That'll be Saturday night, presented by Horseshoe Casino. And the Tribe hosts the Texas Rangers. Post-game fireworks will pay tribute to the Beatles. So log on to Indians.com for your tickets.
And as Dribble Cabrera looks at a strike. Doubles up, it's 0-2. A little bit high. And it's back to even, 2-2.
There's his 2 fastballs right there. He showed them. Got ahead with the off-speed pitches, changeups, threw him a high fastball. And then comes back with a low fastball away, misses both of them.
Breaking ball fouled away.
He left that one up, though.
Fouled away. Had him out front again, popped him up. Rosales, the second baseman, 2 down. It's going to bring up Shin-Soo Choo, who drew a walk his first trip to the plate. And Malone gets a fastball over for strike 1. Trying to go back in there again. He missed the second straight time. That's called a strike, and it looked low. 2-2.
Whew.
Breaking ball hit between first and second, a base hit for Choo. Third hit of the night for the Indians. They've had a hit in every inning. Second straight inning, it's a 2-out base hit.
Picked on a breaking ball here. Shoots it through the hole between first and second, but for the second straight inning, it's a 2-out single.
Hit hard between third and short. And Santana's got a base hit. So back-to-back 2-out singles. Keeps the inning rolling now for Michael Brantley.
There you go. Stayed back on that one. Finds the hole, so back-to-back 2-out singles gives Michael Brantley an opportunity. He had a chance back in the first with 2 on and 2 out. Hit a line drive to left field.
And Brantley takes a look outside. Fly to left his first time up. Tribe trying to do it the hard way here in the third. With 2 down and nobody aboard. Chu singled. Santana singled. Now Brantley trying to bring him home. And Michael takes a strike. It's 1-1. Malone deals. And Brantley chops it foul, first base side.
Send along some birthday wishes now. Ruth Hunter from Brunswick is turning 78. Bob Plasak is 76 in Parma. Cheryl Milks turning 72. And Sarah Chernowitz of New Haven, Connecticut, celebrating her 66th. So happy birthday to each and every one out there.
There's the 1-2. Michael shoots it right back. Drive down 4-0 here in the third. Looking for some 2-out action. And a 1-2 in the dirt. And a full count, so the runners will get a head start here. Second time tonight, Brantley has had a chance with 2 on and 2 out. Malone, 55 pitches so far. 35 of those have been strikes. And Brantley lines it to deep left. Back is Moss, and he'll make the catch, and the inning comes to a close. So the Indians strand 2 more. They've left 5 through the first 3. They trail 4-0. As we go to the fourth inning. Adam Rosales will lead off, then Stephen Drew and Josh Reddick. Fouled back out of play. Detroit out to a 1-0 lead over Kansas City at Kauffman Stadium. They're in the first inning. That's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Orioles still lead the White Sox now 4-0 Baltimore at Camden Yards. They're in the fourth. There's a drive to deep left. On the move, dunk in. Can't get it. He got leather on it, but he couldn't pull it in. And into second base, Rosales with a double.
Boy, he had a beat on it. He got there. He was on the run. He just couldn't corral it or hold on. There was a pitch, another one, mistake. He's made a couple of mistakes in the middle of the plate. There's Duncan on the run. It's in his glove, and he just couldn't hold on to it. Had everything right in stride.
Stephen Drew has struck out and walked. And a check. Ball 2. Pop back out of play. Upstairs, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Right back. Three balls, 2 strikes the count here on Stephen Drew, with the leadoff man Adam Rosales at second base. And the payoff pitch is ball 4. Now, you played in a game where you played what, it was like 26-inning game. It got suspended. You came back the next day and finished it.
Yeah.
And Tom Seaver got the win
in
both
ends
games.
of a doubleheader, right.
Okay. How about on this day in 1926? Now, granted, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
But the Indians won a doubleheader from Boston at Fenway. Right-handed pitcher Emil Dutch Levson won both games of the doubleheader. He was the starting pitcher, and he had 2 complete games.
Wow.
And he did not strike out a batter in either game.
He's a smart man. That's how he finished him. You let him hit the ball and put it in play.
Won 6-1 and 5-1. He's the last major league pitcher to win 2 complete game victories in the same day.
Both 9 innings, I take it.
I wonder if he could lift his arm above his waist the next
He was throwing batting practice 2 days after. They needed him in the bullpen. Well, that's, ridiculous. Back then. They must have been hitting rocks or something back then. But
the 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed.
That is amazing. It's fun to sit back and see that. That could never, ever, ever happen again. But to say it at one point in time in baseball that a guy could go out there, complete both games of a doubleheader and start in the same day
and win them both. He gave up 2 runs. 2 runs in 18 innings in the same day.
You know, in 80, what was that? I'm thinking 83 or something like that when Seaver did get both wins. He had to finish the first game the next day because they had a suspended game, 17 innings. He came back, and he ended up pitching the last couple of innings and was going to start the second game anyway. So they ended up winning it 2 innings after he went in. So he just stayed out, and he tossed in front of the dugout to stay loose and went out after the first game was over and started the second game. And I don't know. He went over 5, obviously, to get the win. But
2 on, nobody out, 2-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Reddick chased one in the dirt, and that's 7 strikeouts for McAllister. And as you pointed out earlier, he's been completely all or nothing. He's either striking them out or they're getting hits. I'll tell you what, this guy did a terrific job last night. Chris Seddon, coming out of the bullpen, pitched almost 5 innings out of the pen, gave up a couple of hits, and that was it. Great clips. It's going to be great.
Yeah, he did a really nice job.
And for Seddon, who's been a starter most of the year, working out of the bullpen.
And he can sit back and enjoy it tonight because he knows he's off after go 4 2/3. But, you know, that's exactly what what you have to do when you come into a game like that. The pitcher gets hurt and left the game, and you hold your team in it.
Cespedes checks on a called strike.
And like he said, hey, I want to make this team next year. I want the opportunity. So whatever opportunity is given to him, and if he feels that door is cracked open, then it's time to walk through it. Go on out and prove it. And, you know, he did that last night by going 4 2/3.
Throw to second, and back with a dive, Rosales. Popped him up, foul ground. Kochman. He's there. Makes the catch. Bangs into the railing and hangs on. 2 down.
Boy, for McAllister, he's owned Reddick and Cespedes. Kochman going over there. He knows. There he is. Watch him run into that railing. But he had the ball before going into it. Got a little help from the man in blue. So that's out number 2. One through 3, he has been able to take care of.
Seth Smith, a swing and a miss. He has singled, doubled, and scored 2 runs. Tom Boshenik did a little research on Emil Levson for us. In that game where he pitched both ends of the doubleheader and won both games. 2 complete games. He gave up 4 hits in the first game, 4 hits in the second game.
That's crazy.
Game 1 lasted 1 hour and 29 minutes. Game 2 lasted 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Well, those 2 games may be shorter than our game tonight.
And the interesting thing, Rick, he only pitched 6 years in the big leagues. That his whole career. A total of 80 games.
Don't waste it all in one day.
I think he must have left it all out there. That year he was 16-13 with a 3.41 ERA, but that was.
What, they have about 1,000 innings?
237 1/3.
Well, that's
modest
not bad
by those days' standards. Hit 18 complete games.
Well, yeah, back then, no bullpens. You were a starter, you started, and you pretty much finished what you started.
2 on, 2 out, 1-2 pitch in the dirt. McAllister comes set on the 2-2 pitch. Out of play. Struck him out with a high heater. 8 strikeouts for McAllister. The A's strand a pair, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Oakland 4, Cleveland nothing. Well, it's a 4-0 Oakland lead. Bottom of the 4th inning will feature Shelley Duncan, Brent Lillibridge, and Casey Kochman. Duncan with a liner toward left, a base hit. And the Indians had their leadoff man aboard for the 2nd time tonight. Let's send you back to the STO studios right now for an in-game update with Al Pawlowski.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Rick. Let's go to Baltimore. The Orioles hosting the White Sox tonight. Scoreless here in the bottom of the 2nd with the bases loaded. Nick Markakis takes care of that with a bases-clearing double. Baltimore would add a solo run in the 3rd. They lead it 4-0 over the White Sox, 5th inning in Baltimore. Matt?
All right, thanks a lot, Al. Here's Brent Lillibridge, who flied to deep center his first time up. Lillibridge thought it was low. It's called a strike.
Well, he's been calling pitches down, maybe a little bit below the knees tonight. We've seen probably 3 or 4 pitches down there called.
And now it's 0-2. 2-strike pitch. And Lillibridge with a line drive, base hit into right center field. That'll split him. And sliding to try to cut it off is Reddick. Into third is Duncan, and Lillibridge has himself a double. And the Indians have runners at second and third with nobody out.
That was the best swing of the night. That's the swing you have to put on Malone, the approach. That was very good right there. Lillibridge hit a line drive after he was down in the count. Had 2 strikes on him. Now watch the approach and the swing. He left him one upstairs. It was a changeup. But, man, go up there with that approach early in the count because you're going to see a number of changeups in an at-bat. He drilled it into right center field. Sends Duncan all the way to third base. So now second and third, nobody out, and a good opportunity now for the Indians. 0-2 pitch. Nicely done.
Kochman bangs it foul, first base side. Kochman trying to get the Indians on the board here tonight. They were shut out last night for the 7th time this year. They've had chances already here tonight. They left 2 on in the first, 2 on in the third. They've got 2 on here in the fourth and nobody out. A little bit outside. 1-1. Tigers Royals all tied 3-3 in the first in Kansas City. Pop back out of play. Orioles still blanking the White Sox. They're in the 5th in Baltimore. 4-0 O's. Yankees lead Toronto 2-1 in the 5th in New York. Tampa Bay, Texas scoreless there in the 2nd inning down in Arlington. And a one-hopper foul. It took a long time for that ball to hit the ground.
Well, it got inside on him, and it was sort of like one of those slow motion line drives.
Malone ready, the 1-2. Foul the other way. Casey singled right up the middle with 2 down in the 2nd inning. That stopped an 0-for-7 slump for the Indians' first baseman. Here's the 1-2. And he bangs a foul. Indians looking for that all elusive hit with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, back in the 3rd inning, I think it was only the 2nd time one in this series that first time that they had a hit with a man on base. This is the 2nd. 0-for-10 with runners in scoring position in the series to this point. And this is a 4-game series.
1-2, he chased it up high. 3rd strikeout for Malone, 1 away. Well, Rick, when you go, what did I say, 8 straight games, and you score 3 runs
8.
or less,
Yeah.
that's usually the culprit. You know, it's
Well, yeah. Now you
especially
get
when
up
it's
there.
not a home run hitting team.
Well, I know everybody's trying to do it. Right there, he swings at a ball. He battled off. He fouled off a couple of tough pitches, and then you chase one out of the zone because you feel like you have to do it. It's your job to go out there. Everybody's got to just be patient and trust everybody else. Easier said than done, but the pressure, when you get situations second and third, nobody out, the pressure's on the pitcher. It shouldn't be on the hitter.
Well, and again, it's not just 3 runs or less in 8 games. They've scored 11 runs in those 8 games.
You know, you have to want to hit with runners in scoring position. You got to feel it. You got to want it. I mean, sometimes you go up there, you can't be defensive. You got to, patience, but aggressive too.
Hit to take. Jason Donald struck out his first time up. And he fouls it off.
Just remember that swing that Lillibridge put on right center field. Everybody's trying to pull this changeup. When you can take a pitcher's best pitch the other way and prove you're going to try and do that and do it as a team, he's got to change his whole game plan.
Malone's 0-1. In tight.
Lillibridge was down 0-2. Look at the changeup. He made a mistake with the pitch, but still, he was staying back there. He wasn't going to go. He was in a protect mode, 2-strike mode. And what's he do? It's a double in the right center. It's a nice line drive. That's all you have to do. Don't try and hit it too hard.
1-2 the count. That was the 70th pitch of the night for Malone.
And watch the reaction. I just saw Jason right there. After he swings and misses, he's upset with himself, and he's, feeling, you got to hit it. You can just tell. These guys aren't relaxed. They're having no fun.
Well, maybe it's the chicken and the egg, but it's hard to have fun when you don't have success.
No, I understand that. I mean, but Manny Acta came out and says we have to relax. You know what? That's his way of saying it. You got to relax. Well, you got to have fun, too. You got to enjoy it, and you got to trust what other people do. You got to play as a team. If you don't do it, your next guy's going to do it. You got to believe.
Popped up foul, back to the screen.
Right now, the Indians have been playing, and they have for quite some time, where if you don't do it, then it's not going to get done as an individual. It's more of an individual thing than it is a team game because we're getting runners on second base. We have in this homestand 4 times with nobody out, and he doesn't score.
Can't even move him.
Right.
I mean, there's your team game. Move him and get him to third, and then that next guy makes his job a lot easier. Donald trying to come through here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Drive down 4-0. The 1-2 pitch. Strikes him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. 2 down. Don't miss Subway Browns postgame live Thursday night following the Browns and the Bears game. Michael Regai will have postgame player interviews, press conference coverage. Subway Browns postgame live Thursday night after the Browns and the Bears. Here's Jason Kipnis. Line to single to right center his first time up. Fly to left. Back in the 3rd. Checked. Might have cracked his bat. Throw on the money to get him. Donaldson made a nice play on the bare hand grab and throw. And the Indians strand 2 more. They've left 7 through 4 innings. By Panini's with 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. By Levin's, home of the Sealy Posturepedic mattress made right here in Northeast Ohio. By Kia, Cleveland.com. And by First Merit Bank. Fifth inning, Zach McAllister's pitch down low. 97 pitches for the right-hander. He's had a lot of traffic, 10 Oakland base runners. Carter sends a long fly ball, deep right center. Chu running out of room. It's gone. Carter with his 12th home run of the year. Oakland's second round tripper of the night. 5-0 Oakland.
Boy, and there you have it right there. Indians with an opportunity to score. They get shut down, and then the first hitter comes back up. And this guy is a strong guy. Takes one to right center field for his 12th home run. Makes it a 5-0 ball game. Fastball out over the plate. He threw one by him the last time up. This one quite didn't get away enough. And he deposits that into the seats. Second home run for the A's tonight.
Brandon Moss has singled, homer, driven in 3 runs tonight as Tony Sipp gets up in the Indians' bullpen. McAllister over 100 pitches on the night. It's just a bizarre kind of a night for McAllister. He's had a lot of swings. 17 swings and misses by Oakland hitters coming into the inning. 8 strikeouts. Duncan back. Makes the catch, one away.
You know, Zach's been all or nothing tonight. He's been strikeout or been hit hard. There's, you see some two-seamers you're going to see with good movement, running away. Look at the execution and the location. Now, there's a four-seamer, middle of the plate. Another one, middle of the plate. Big league hitters tell you when you make mistakes. And there you'll see the mistakes tonight. You have got to stay out of the middle of the plate. And he's been able to handle the first 3 hitters in this Oakland lineup. The damage has been done from the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the most part, and number 9.
Okay, we had this conversation the other day. When the offense isn't scoring, and you were saying your feeling is that puts pressure on the pitcher to have to go out and, I can't make any mistakes. I can't give up any runs. I countered you by saying, pitchers usually say, I don't worry about the offense. My job is to control the other team's lineup. But I'm wondering tonight if maybe is that part of the problem for McAllister, because you can't have this good of stuff and then get tagged in the same game, you wouldn't think. But you wonder, is he trying to make perfect pitches?
Well, he could be. I've seen McAllister before when the defense makes a mistake, he caves in and he gives it up. He can't get out of it. He doesn't have a ground ball out tonight. He's made perfect pitches. He has 8 strikeouts. Doesn't have a ground ball out.
No.
And other than that, there's a lot of balls that have been hit hard off him tonight as well. So, to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know what creeps into their mind. I'm just looking from what I see.
He's up. He's missing.
But you know what? If it's a 4-0 ball game and they have second and third and nobody out there, if they can get 2 runs in right there and make it a 4-2 game, he's got new life.
Yeah.
Instead, they don't score. He may be a little disappointed, and the first guy comes up and hits one into the seats, and you're going, now it's 5-0. Now what am I doing? He's more disappointed than what he was going out there to begin with. You have to score for these guys. It's almost like every game the pitching can't give up a run early, or it's the same thing. We fall into it, and boom, the pressure starts. These guys start squeezing the sawdust out of the handles. And you know what? Offensively, it's been a nightmare.
Well, and as much as they try to fight it, the attitude out there in the field is as soon as the other team starts getting a few runs and they don't, all of a sudden it's here we go again.
Let me tell you something. They sense it. And you know what? And there's no one that's going to help those guys. They got to get it themselves. They got to do it on their own. You can tell them all you want. until you guys go out and do it. And you're going to have to fight your way through it.
That's right.
You don't give in, you fight.
Yeah, because
these guys will be your best friends. You know, before the game, they'll talk to you. They'll say, "Hey, what's going on?"
How you doing, pal? But they smell. It's like a shark seeing blood in the water. They feast on it. They can tell.
They can sense it.
That's ball 4 to Donaldson, a 1-out walk. That's going to be it, I think, for McAllister. Well, here's what we were talking about, though. You get
an 0-2 pitch with a great swing put on the ball. Now you got the inning started. Duncan started with a single, and then you get Kochman, swing and a miss, 1 out. Donald, swing and a miss, 2 outs. Kipnis didn't even want to swing. 3 outs, didn't get a ball out of the infield. Again, runners don't advance, and then he goes back out there, gives up the home run, gets an out, a walk, and he's done for the night. He's headed for the showers.
And the Oakland A's lead it 5-0. Oakland, let's take a look at the AT&T trivia question. Any idea what it was?
Well, no, you asked me yesterday.
4 A's rookies of the year. Who are they? Any idea?
Well, it's since 1990. Let me think here. No, I don't.
Ben Grieve. I forgot. Oh, Bobby Crosby.
Shortstop, right. I played with his dad, Houston Street, and Andrew Bailey. A couple of relievers, closers. I should have got Bobby Crosby.
Ooh, okay. Zach McAllister done. Tony Sipp on for the 52nd time this year. And it's a 5-zip A's lead. He'll be facing Derek Norris with 1 on and 1 out. And a first pitch strike. And a strike is called. 0-2 the count. Missed up high with it. A ball and 2 strikes. Redbird always comes up with good trivia questions, but how about this one tonight? On this, this is one of those this day in baseball history. Do you know the only guy to ever pinch hit for Johnny Bench?
Not off the top of my head.
Happened in his first big league game. It's the
Oh,
only
it
time he
did
ever
back
got
in
pinch
60,
hit.
what was it?
67.
67?
Chico Ruiz pinch hit for Johnny Bench. Only time in his career. Another interesting note on this day in baseball history, a future teammate of yours had a great day at the plate, and he's a pitcher. Rick Wise.
Rick Wise.
He had 2 home runs, including a grand slam.
Pitched a no-hitter, didn't he?
And then, earlier in the year, he had hit 2 home runs and threw a no-hitter against the Reds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Owlman could hit.
Did they ever use him as a pinch hitter
No.
with you guys?
Not to my recollection, no.
Wise potato chips, the Owlman. I was wondering, why would you call him the Owlman? There it comes. Yeah.
The Owlman.
Yeah.
Plus, he used to wear these big old round glasses.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah. He'd sit down there. I'll get a picture and show you one day. He looked like an owl.
The 2-2 is fouled right back. It's an 8-pitch at bat coming up right here for Derek Norris, who has struck out and popped up on the night and is currently hitting a .199 in this is 41st game. Inside, a full count. Three-two pitch. Popped back out of play. Payoff pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Lillibridge to Kipnis, throws it away. Donaldson on his way to third, and he'll stop there. And the A's have runners at second and third with still only 1 out instead of the inning being over. Oh, boy.
Well, you can't start playing bad defense now when all this is starting to happen. Routine double play ball, and you just throw it past your second baseman. Not even close.
It just sailed on him.
Yeah. Took off, tried to give him a good feed, didn't put enough on it, and that's probably why it took off on him. So it'll be the first error of the night for the Indians. But now they'll have to bring the infield in, second and third and 1 out.
Infield in, and Adam Rosales, who has singled, doubled, and driven in a run, looks at the ball outside. Back out of play. The 1-1. And it's in for a called strike. Tony, sit ready. Here's the 1-2. And it's down and in. Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a miss. And he didn't get him, so I'll have to throw to first. Hurry up. He does, just in time to get him. 2 down. Well, today we wish Subway restaurants a happy birthday. And now let's take a look at this date in baseball history presented by Subway. August 28, 1996, the Indians beat the Tigers 9-3 to sweep the season series, becoming the 7th team since 1900 to sweep a season series from an opponent. I remember going to that game. We traveled up to Detroit and see that game, and you know, you were talking before about nobody feels bad for you in baseball.
Right.
I felt bad for Buddy Bell that day because, you know, we all got to know him so well when he was here, and you obviously know him really well, but that was one of those days where the Indians were just so much better than the Tigers. It wasn't.
Right.
I feel bad for Buddy as they just took their lumps every time the Indians played them.
Well, that wasn't the only year, though. They pretty much beat up on the Tigers back in those years.
1-0 pitch. Blooped, foul, out of play. They beat up on a lot of people, too.
Yeah, they did.
I still look back in that 1995 season. And, you know, I think there are certain things that you kind of forget about. As great as that team was and all the offensive accomplishments and, you know, the season Albert Bell had. But, I mean, to win the division by 30 games. 30. That's ridiculous.
Well, Mike Hargrove, who was there, they clinched September 8th, was it? September 8th or 9th.
The day after Cal Ripken broke the record, broke Lou Gehrig's streak.
September 8th, you know, he was still not feeling good. You
know,
no, even with a 30-game lead, you're thinking to myself, you never relax. You can't relax when you're a manager. You can never, ever.
Rip foul, and he set his teammates scattering in the dugout. Grover's the one I remember. He used to say it all the time. You hope for the best, plan for the worst. That's what a manager does every day.
Sometimes it works out, and most times it doesn't. Here's our Mike. He's. I feel your pain, Mike. I see him sitting there. There you are, buddy.
The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Drew strikes out to end the inning. Oakland adds another run to their lead, 5-0, middle of the 5th. 5-0 Oakland on top as we go to the bottom of the fifth here at Progressive Field. And for the Indians, it's Dribble Cabrera, Shin-Soo Choo, and Carlos Santana coming up. Cabrera 0 for 2. He has grounded out and popped up. Baltimore still blanking the White Sox 5-0 in the seventh inning, while Kansas City is beating up on Detroit 7-3. Cabrera sends a high drive to deep center. Back is Cespedes, makes the catch right up against the wall, 400 feet away.
Yeah, when he made that turn, I thought he was going to turn the wrong way. You know, he's been playing left field, but he's back in center tonight with Coco Crisp, and Cabrera finally got to that changeup. He waited back. Watch him turn to his left, and then he gets back, and he didn't know if it was going to come back. Usually when they're hit that high, they're pretty true. There's no slice to them or anything like that. The key is getting back to the wall.
Now Choo, who has walked and singled tonight, and he takes a strike. Checked on a ball up high. And the count is 1-2. Two balls, two strikes. With one out here in inning number 5. The Indians left 2 on in the first, 2 on in the third, left 2 more stranded in the fourth. And Choo down the left field line, foul off the fingertips of that fan, and well, he had a shot at it. Everybody's giving him a hard time
never,
now.
ever get another chance like that again. If it comes, boy, you got to rise to the occasion.
They're going to give him the ball? No. They
hang with him.
Here, psych.
Yeah, right.
Choo, a little wrap foul back.
You get one chance and one chance only. Those things are like diamonds going into the seats.
Tommy Milone, 80 pitches on the night. 56 have been for strikes. That's back out of play. Oh, another finger glancer. High pop.
That's going to stay in.
Donaldson, foul ground. 2 away. Game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Adam Rosales, he drove in a run with a base hit right between third and short, made it 2-0. Brandon Moss with a mammoth home run to center field, made it 4-zip. And Chris Carter with an opposite field blast that made it 5-0. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Carlos Santana singled his last time up. Hit hard, foul, third base side. Pirates beating St. Louis 9-0 in the 8th inning in Pittsburgh. Miami 9-0 over Washington. They're in the 7th inning down in Florida.
Pittsburgh taking their frustration out on the Cards, aren't they? They haven't been
they've
scoring
been
a whole
scuffling.
lot. Yeah, they were 8 or 9 back, so they've got to.
They got to hope for wild card fever now. Where are they at in the wild card chase? You got that handy?
Yes, I do. Oh, wait a minute.
4.5, 3?
Three back.
Broke his bat. He'll take it. Base hit right up the gut. Let's go back to the Hyundai Studios for an in-game update with Al Pawlowski.
Hey, Matt, let's head down to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City where the Royals are beating up Justin Verlander right now. 3 in the first, 4 in the second. Alex Gordon 2 for 2 already tonight with a couple of runs batted in. He doubled in 2 right here. 7-3. Royals lead the Tigers 3rd inning at Kauffman Stadium. Matt?
All right, thanks, Al. Michael Brantley 0 for 2. Twice he has flied to left. Every time he's been up, it's been with 2 outs and somebody on base. And they had 2 on each of his first 2 trips. Hit hard to center. And Cespedes makes the line drive catch. And that'll end the inning. 5 complete. 5-0 Oakland.
Restaurant to pick up your Wahoo Bucks $5 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone to an upcoming home game. It's the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat.
What do we got? Full? No, not quite.
What is it? August? No, not yet. Another day or 2.
Looks a little lopsided.
Yeah, it does. Looks like Coach's head.
No, it looks better than Coach's head.
Cut more hair on it.
Josh Reddick will lead off the 6th inning for the A's. He's 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts. And it's in the dirt for ball 1. And the 1-0 is drilled down the line, foul. Strike to the outside corner. Good pitch from Tony Sipp. 1-2 on Reddick. Two balls, two strikes, nobody out here as Reddick leads off the 6th inning for Oakland. Baltimore now leads Chicago 6-0. Tigers have come back to close to within 7-5 against Baltimore. The 2-2. And on the ground to short, Lillibridge. Throws low and a great dig out by Kochman.
Well, Reddick hustling down the line, but watch Kochman pick it. Gets it, and he makes that play look easy. We've seen him do that a number of times this year.
Yoenis Cespedes 0 for 3 steps in. And he takes ball 1. High school football on STO kicks off every Monday with High School Sports Insider. And on Friday, Mike Cairns brings you the Ohio High School kickoff show at 3:30. You can always log on to STOHD.com. They've got all the games. And this Friday, Glenville-Solon. Good matchup right here on STO. 1-1 to Cespedes. Swung on and missed. Oh, man, Detroit now they're at 7-6 against Kansas City.
Oh, you know they're going to come back.
They're only in the 3rd inning at Kauffman Stadium, and there's 13 runs on the board, 17 hits.
Well, they're an hour behind us, and we're in the 6th.
Is that all? Two. Popped him up right at home plate. Santana discards the mask and makes the grab, hangs on 2 away.
Well, come on down to Progressive Field for Fireworks Friday night, presented by Brilliant Electric Sign Company. The Texas Rangers will be in town, and after the game, the fireworks will be to the Broadway musicals. So log on to Indians.com.
Bunt third base side, good one. Sipp off the mound quickly, fires to first, got him. Good athletic play right there from Tony Sipp to retire Seth Smith. And the A's go 1-2-3 here in the 6th inning. Oakland with a 5-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Shelley Duncan, Brent Lillibridge, and Casey Kochman coming up here for the Tribe. Tommy Malone with the first pitch strike. Our forward highlight reel takes us back to Oakland when Shelley Duncan put 4 on the board with one swing of the bat. Hit the grand slam off Malone at the Coliseum. But tonight the Indians have not been able to get that hit with guys on base. They had 2 on, 1 out in the first, did not score. Runner on with 2 out in the second, couldn't bring him around. They had first and second with 2 outs in the third, and unable to score. And then the killer, second and third, nobody out in the 4th inning, and did not score. They've left 8 men on base through the first 5, and the 1-1 is a little bit outside. Tommy Malone only went 5 innings against the Tribe in Oakland.
Yes. Remember, that was a start after he had 12 days.
Right.
He was resting for 12 days. I wouldn't be surprised they'll let him go, maybe finish this one if he can get through it.
Yeah, he's already 7 pitches shy of 100 for the night here. Well, he hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning, as I just pointed out. The Indians have had chances, but can't break through. Straight up behind the plate, back to the screen. Norris, no play. Into the seats it goes. And a full count for Shelley Duncan. Esmail Rogers getting loose. Roped foul. Oh, man, look out. Duncan strikes out, and that's 5 now for Malone. 1 away. Tonight, after Chuck's last call, stay tuned for the MAC football preview show. Michael Regai, Frank Stams, and Ryan Cavanaugh will preview the Mid-American Conference football season. They'll also discuss the addition of UMass to the conference. The MAC football preview show tonight after Chuck's last call. Down and in, ball 1. And a strike to Lillibridge. Left-hander Jerry Blevins loosening for Oakland as Lillibridge bounces one to short. Drew charges, fires, 2 away. And that'll bring up Casey Kochman, 1 for 2 with a single.
I think every game when we were out in Oakland, man, I'm joking about this, but it seems like Blevins was up in every game. I think he only came into 1. He was up last night a couple of times, and here he is again tonight.
He's that guy.
He's got an incentive clause in his contract every time he warms up. But he has been up, it seems like, every time we have played them at some point in time.
Missed outside with a breaking ball. Low and away. And the count 2-0 for Kochman. High fly ball in a left center. Moss, the left fielder, has it, and the Indians go 1-2-3. 6 in the books. Oakland 5, Cleveland nothing.
The field, you want to make sure you're here tomorrow night. It's going to be a good night because Puppy Palooza returns to the ballpark, presented by your Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. There is still time for you to get tickets for you and your pooch to come on out here to the ballpark. We're also going to have Sugardale Dollar Dog Night, and if that's not enough for you, you can always stop by the concession stands and check out those classic combo deals. You can get the Hot Dog Classic or the Brat Classic. They're only $8. You can get all the information online for you right now at Indians.com.
All right, thanks a lot, Katie. 5-0 Oakland on top, and the Indians go back to their bullpen. Tony Sipp went an inning and 2/3 and did a nice job, couple of strikeouts. He'll give way to Esmail Rogers for the 30th time this year. Chris Carter, Brandon Moss, Josh Donaldson due up here. Swung on and missed by Carter. Mid-American Conference football preview coming up later tonight on STO. I was reading a paper today, Rick, and good story about Ohio State. They'll open up with Mid-American Conference opponent Miami of Ohio. And there was a quote in this story. Now, I don't know if this was Urban's exact wording to the players, but one of his players, receiver Corey Brown, said that Urban Meyer's philosophy is to, quote, score 100 points, run up the score, and have a good time out there. So if you're Miami of Ohio, look out. Carter's had a good night.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss there. Chase one in the dirt. Rogers gets the strikeout. One down here in the 7th. Well, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And the guys toasting tonight are the big bats of Oakland. Brandon Moss with a 2-run homer in the 3rd, and Chris Carter with that solo blast in the 5th. That first homer made it 4-0. The last homer made it 5-zip.
Yeah, middle part of the lineup has done a nice job for the A's tonight.
Almost hit him. He skips out of the way.
Yeah, that one was about a 50-footer. Looked like a little slider.
And a strike is called. Got a piece, and Santana couldn't quite hold it. Stays 1-2. Swung on and missed. Chased it in the dirt. Santana will have to throw it down again. He does. No problem. 2 down.
12 A's have gone down on strikeouts tonight. They still have 5 runs on 9 hits, but 12 of them have gone down. McAllister had 8, Sip 2 now. Rogers 2.
Missed inside for ball 1 to Donaldson. Little squibber foul. 1-1. And a good breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-2.
He has a good slider tonight, it looks like.
Baltimore still shutting out the White Sox. Kansas City a slim 7-6 lead over Detroit in the 4th inning in KC. Donaldson strikes out, another ball in the dirt, and Santana has to throw all 3 of them out at first to finish the play. But a nice job by Rogers as he whiffs the side. And it's stretch time now here at the ballpark. Brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic and their free walking program, Let's Move It. Mondays at Progressive Field and the Metro Parks Zoo. Visit letsmoveit.org for more information. Get a look in from our Panini camera. Stop by and get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. Bottom of the 7th, Jerry Blevins coming out of that bullpen for Oakland. Tommy Malone, 7-hit shutout innings, walked 1, struck out 5, so that's 24 straight games now for A's starters where they've walked 2 or fewer.
Less. Yep. Jerry Blevins coming on now for the 48th time this year. He's on to face Donald, then Kipnis and Cabrera.
Jason Donald 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts tonight. Looks at a ball outside. Tries to pull it, rounds it to short, and Drew throws him out. 1 away. Every homer the Indians hit this year means Rick and I will each make a donation of $5 to the Gathering Place, while Great Clips donates $50 per homer. And so far this year, $6,840 has been raised for a terrific cause. Log on to touchbycancer.org to learn more about the Gathering Place. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. Here's Jason Kipnis, 1 for 3 on the night. He singled back in the first. Went to second on the error by the right fielder Reddick. And that was a harbinger of things to come for the Indians. They had their leadoff man at second base, and he never moved. Tries to bunt, foul. And a strike call to the outside edge. It's 1-2. I don't think Jason is in agreement with Jerry Meals. Curveball hit hard to first. Oh, nice stop by Carter. And that's 2 down. And it will bring up Asdrubal Cabrera.
Hung a breaking ball here, and Kipnis took advantage of it, hit it right on the nose. And on the backhanded side, watch Carter in his position. Takes it on the 1 hop, and he's going to be able to beat Kipnis to the bag for the out.
You could see Jason, the frustration. It looked like he wanted to take that helmet off and probably drop kick it into the seats, but
they're coming. That's coming.
Yeah.
Can be a frustrating game at times.
Cabrera put Cespedes, the center fielder, up against the wall and straight away center his last time up. It's outside. 2-0. Right back. It's a final in Baltimore. The Orioles shut out the White Sox 6-0. A 2-hit shutout. That was Tillman against Sale.
Wow.
That's driven deep right center field and hits right near the base of the fence. Cabrera hustling into second base, sliding in with a 2-out double. So his dribble gets a base hit, and that's not stops an 0 for 12 slump for him, and it's his 30th two-bagger of the year.
Well, he left one up and out over the plate. Looked like a little slider that Cabrera stayed on nicely and drives it to right center field. Reddick played it well, but Cabrera will get into scoring position now with 2 outs. Give Chu an opportunity to get on the board.
You know, that's the 10th time this year the White Sox have been shut out.
Yeah. Well, Oakland's been shut out 15 times.
Yeah.
The Angels have been shut out a lot.
A dozen times for the Angels. Low with the fastball. And 2-1 for Chu, who has walked, singled, and fouled out tonight. Bounce to second. And that'll end the inning. We'll go to the 8th. 5-zip Oakland.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Five's up, 5-0 Oakland, 8th inning. Derek Norris to lead it off as Esmil Rogers stays on for a second inning of work. And a fastball at the knees for strike one. Slider low and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung out and missed. Rogers has struck out 4 in a row.
All 4 coming on the slider, too.
In-game box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, who invite you to come see the all-new 2012 Sonata. Visit NorthernOhioHyundaiDealers.com today. Smith, Carter, and Moss each with a pair of hits tonight. They did most of the damage, if not all of it, really. Adam Rosales has chipped in with an RBI single out of the 9 hole. He had that back in the 2nd inning. He also doubled in the 4th, but was stranded at second base. Struck out his last time up, and now pops one in the air to center field. Michael Brantley makes the catch, 2 away. Our attendance tonight, 13,413. Game 3 of this 4-game series tomorrow night. And then a 12 o'clock day game with no television on Thursday afternoon at 12 o'clock. Drew, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts on the night. And that's slapped foul. Pat Neshek warming for Oakland. Got that sidearm delivery.
A funky delivery is right. Sidearm, and who knows what way he's coming at you.
Little squibber foul, and it will stay that way. The 2-2 is hit on the ground to first, and Kochman with a nice scoop takes it to the bag, and the A's go 1-2-3. And that is 11 in a row retired by Indians pitchers. Oakland 5, Cleveland nothing. 8th inning. And Jerry Blevins stays on for a second inning of relief work. And he'll go up against Carlos Santana, Michael Brantley, and Shelley Duncan. Back out of play. Way outside, 1-1.
The Indians have left 9 men stranded today. Oakland 8. That has been the problem the whole second half, is hitting with runners in scoring position, hitting with runners on base.
Two and one to count. And a swing and a miss to even it up. Santana was at the plate in the first inning, and you want to talk about setting the tone for a game. 2 on, 1 out. He had Kipnis at second, Chu was at first, and he struck out. And that's kind of the way the rest of the game has gone. Every time they've had a runner in scoring position, they have not been able to either get a hit or get a guy moved or anything. 1 down. Now, I'm not laying the blame on Santana. He's had a couple of hits tonight as well, but every time they've had somebody up in a situation to do some damage, that's when the air's gone out of the balloon.
They have not been able to, you're going to get your base hits, but sometimes you have to get them with men on base and the key hits. Can't do it. They haven't been able to do it for quite some time.
Well, unless they get up off the deck here and rally, which they did in Oakland. Remember, they scored 4 or 5 in the 9th inning, the one game in Oakland. But they're headed for a 9th straight game of 3 runs or less.
Right,
9 in a row. And they've gone 11 games. I'm sorry, they've gone 8 games plus 7 innings of this one, and they've scored a grand total of 11.
Yeah, on the homestand, the Yankee series and getting into halfway to this series, they have 2 hits with runners in scoring position, 2 for 36. That's hard to, to conceive.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to get lucky. You got to break a bat, find a hole, something.
You would think so.
Well, remember, they did hit a bag. They had that ball against
Kipnis.
New York. It hit the bag and jumped over to Sherazade.
Yeah, but did that drive in a run?
No, I don't think it did.
I know.
Brantley hits one between first and second, but a nice scoop by Rosales, who flips it over, 2 down. And I see Bob Melvin. Is he going to make a change here?
Yeah, he's got Nishak warming up for the right-handers if needed.
And that's what he's going to do. So with 2 out in the 8th inning, Bob Melvin will go to his bullpen with Oakland on top 5-0. Oakland 5, Cleveland nothing. 2 down here in the 8th. Shelley Duncan coming up. And Pat Neshek, former Twins right-hander.
Well, and he is. We saw him once when we were out in Oakland. This is the 9th time he has appeared in a game, and he's there strictly to match up with right-handers for Bob Melvin. Remember when he was with Minnesota and very tough, then had some injuries and some surgeries and missed some time. You think he's coming from down here, and then he ends up coming from about 3/4.
Yeah, it's almost like he straightens up at the last second.
You don't know which way to look. It takes you a pitch or two maybe just to find that release point.
Well, there's got to be a reason why you don't see many guys throw like this. It looks like it's extremely hard on the arm. Then I think to a degree, all sidearmers look like it's hard on the arm. It doesn't look like it's an easy delivery for any of those guys. Strike at the knees. It's 3-1. Swinging a ground ball foul. Look out. And a payoff pitch. Popped in the air. That's the shortstop, Drew, making the catch, and the Indians go 1-2-3. Go to the 9th. 5-0 Oakland. The 9th inning, the Indians go back to the bullpen. Right-hander Joe Smith will come on to face the A's. Smith, 56th appearance of the year. And he'll face Josh Reddick, Yoenis Cespedes, and Seth Smith. That one all the way to the backstop. 2-0 the count. Reddick 0 for 4 on the night. He has struck out twice, and he grounds that one foul over into the A's dugout. Hit on the ground hard. Kipnis flags it down, but he boots it. And Reddick is aboard. Just couldn't get it to stick in the glove. So the A's had their leadoff man aboard for Cespedes, who is 0 for 4 tonight. A couple of strikeouts for the right-handed hitting center fielder. They give Reddick a single on that hard hit ball to Kipnis that he couldn't quite corral. Cespedes takes a strike. Kansas City still leads Detroit 7-6. They're in the 6th inning in KC. The White Sox were shut out earlier by Baltimore. Chicago leads Detroit by 2 games in the Central coming into play today. The 0-2 way outside. Low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out.
$15 punch-outs now by Tribe pitching.
Every pitcher struck out at least one for the Indians tonight. Evan Scribner loosening now for Oakland. Seth Smith singled and scored in the 2nd, doubled and scored in the 3rd. He has struck out, grounded out since then. He drills it to right. Chu makes the catch, drops it, kicks it around, and into second base goes Reddick. And that'll be an error charged to Chu.
Actually, it should be 2 errors in this inning.
I'm thinking the reason he didn't give Kipnis an error because he had to go multiple steps to his left.
Doesn't matter. That was an error. That's an error. I mean, this is just, come on. The ball had some sink to it. Granted, yes. It's got to be made. It is not. He drops it.
Well, Shelley Duncan had a ball in left field that, he was on the run for it, but it hit him in the pocket of the glove earlier tonight. So 2 on, 1 out. And Chris Carter, the batter.
Well, here's a play by Jason Kipnis. I've seen him make it many times this year. It's just a routine ground ball. He's got a range to his left. He doesn't catch the ball. That's an error, in my opinion.
Fair ball down the left field line all the way down into the corner. Reddick scores, and stopping at third is Smith. And that'll be a double for Carter. That's his 2nd run batted in on the night and his 3rd hit. And it's 6-0 Oakland. And they got runners at 2nd and 3rd with still only 1 out.
Well, that was a good, looked like a pretty good sinker going down and in, and he gets the bat head out. Pulls it down the line. 11 hits now for Oakland.
Swung on and missed. Moss swung right over the top. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. 2 down. The Conrad's postgame show comes your way right after we wrap things up here this evening. With 2nd and 3rd and 2 down, Josh Donaldson the batter. And he couldn't help himself. Gets away from Santana. Here comes another run home. A wild pitch brings home Seth Smith. And it's 7-0 A's.
Well, that little backhanded play and goes off his glove, and the run will score. It'll go as a wild pitch.
Yeah, if you don't get your body in front of that, you don't have a chance to stop that thing. Well, I guess you get a chance if you pick it clean. Pull in the runner at third base. Right up the middle, the shortstop Lillibridge reaches, grabs, flips to first, inning over. A's get 2 more, and we'll go to the bottom of the 9th, 7-zip Oakland. It's a 7-0 Oakland lead as we go to the 9th inning. And the A's 4th pitcher of the night is Evan Scribner. And he's coming on for just the 17th time this year. And he'll be looking at the bottom third of the Indians' order.
Oakland looking for their 2nd straight shutout. You mentioned it yesterday that this team has shut out the Indians more than anybody in the last, couple of years, haven't they?
This will be number 12, I think. I lost that note that I had yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, it was 10 going into yesterday, so that's 11. This will be 12 since 2010.
I remember we used to go out to Oakland and had a tough time winning out there.
Brent Lillibridge, 1 for 3 on the night with a double. And it's up high, ball 1. High fastball misses, 2-0. And it's ball 3. At the knees, a called strike, 3-1 to count on Brent Lillibridge as Evan Scribner into the ball game for the A's with a 7-0 lead. And a full count. Here's the payoff pitch. And he strikes him out, 1 away. That's going to bring up Casey Kochman. Casey tonight, 1 for 3. He singled back in the 2nd inning. Ball 1 up and away. And it's 2-0.
He's got the pattern down. Fall behind him 3-0 and come back.
Two and 2. Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop, Drew, has it. Throws him out, 2 down. So with 2 down and the base is empty, Jason Donald will be the batter, 0 for 3 on the night. And there's a strike call. Breaking ball hit on the ground to short. Drew will have to hurry. He fires to first, and the Indians go 1-2-3 to end the ball game. Well, the numbers are not pretty, folks. The Indians have now gone 9 consecutive games. Now, they have scored 3 runs or less. A total of 11 runs scored in those 9 games. And now that's the 20th time since the All-Star break they've been held to 2 runs or less. And they are blanked for the 2nd consecutive game. 7-0 the final score here tonight. Oakland now 71 and 57. The Indians are 55 and 74. And our key play of the game is brought to you by KeyBank.
Well, you come back to the 3rd inning, and Brandon Moss, I mean, he got a pitch. It was a fastball down to his liking, and he gave it a ride deep to center field. You can see it up above the trees. It was a 2-run homer. That made it a 4-0 ball game back in the 3rd inning, and they never looked back after that point, but put a good swing on the ball. They hit a couple homers in the game.
Play of the game brought to you by KeyBank, the home of relationship rewards. Earn reward points and redeem for gifts. For Oakland, 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 9 left. The Indians, no runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 9 stranded. Winning pitcher Tommy Malone, he's 11-9. The loser, Zach McAllister, he's 5-5. Time of the game, 3 hours, 13 minutes. The attendance, 13,413. We're back with the Conrad's postgame show, and that's next.